Hi, welcome to getting ready with me to be a guest at my friend's wedding when I've got enough time on my hands to make a video and I've already done my hair, and I just thought I would do this tutorial. I just thought I'd do my makeup with you. The reason that all of that's quite strange is because I never have time. My hair's never done so quickly because I never ever wear my hair like this, and I'm already feeling a little bit weird about it. It's this, by the way, if I turn around. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see that? Can you see that? No, can you see that? It's a bun. Absolutely most normal thing in the world, most easiest hairstyle ever. People do it every day. Not a big deal. I don't. I never wear my hair like this, so that's why I'm feeling strange. In fact, I think I'm going to put a couple more flowers here, maybe, just to sort of build it up, but I'm going to wait until I've got my makeup on and then I'll be able to figure out if I'm happy or not. So I need to leave here. It's over in Southall, near Osterley, Norwood Green. So it's going to take me with... I've got to get a bus, then a tube, then the Elizabeth line, and then another bus. So it will take me 72 minutes, so I need to leave here. I need to leave here 11:14, so I've got exactly an hour or so, tons of time. I'm also going to Amsterdam tomorrow, which you'll see, I don't know, either before or after this video. So I just felt like, probably after, maybe I'll put this up and then by the time I edit the Amsterdam one, you know, you'll see the rest. So yeah, what's the point of my story? The point of my story is I thought you would maybe want to see what I'm doing for my makeup. I don't know, but I'm going in with the Flawless Filter first. Now, I see people putting this all over their face. I don't think I would recommend that, and I know I wouldn't do that to anyone as a makeup artist. I had to forget my own career there. I forgot my own career then. Just because it's going to highlight the things you don't want to highlight, and I think we need to be a little bit more careful maybe when we're highlighting what bits we don't want to show. Now, I know I've got quite a lot of bumps on my forehead. I don't know whether you can see them in the light there, but it means I don't really want to put any highlighter on there just to make those bumps look bigger. I'm not going to put it on my chin, obviously. I took it through a tiny bit on my nose, but what it is really good for is just under the eye here. Obviously I've got really dark circles under my eyes, and just pushes the light away. Any kind of highlighter, you can see the reflection there, it just pushes the light out. So I take it on my top of my cheekbone and under my eyes, but to be fair, it's kind of going to go under a foundation anyway. The foundation I'm going to use is... Oh, I nearly went with my IU, which I love. It's really, really, really fine and gentle and very glowy. But I just thought, as I was saying it, maybe I'll do my Ciate because it's a little bit thicker and a little bit more matte. I think that's what I'm going to do. So the foundation I'm using is my Ciate Extraordinary Foundation, going in with the same Beauty Blender. This may or may not need a wash. I appreciate it if you don't judge me on that. And I'm just going to dot it around the middle of my face. I always start in the middle and work out. Around my nose is really bad. And then I'm going to bring that out, because at this point by starting in the middle, by the time you reach out to the edges, there's naturally less on your sponge. In fact, I've put quite a lot on. I put on more than I normally do. So you can bring it down to the sides of your face. Do you mind if I just check an email? Oh well, that wasn't very useful, because it's an email to say, basically I've got a PO box for companies to send me things without having to send out my address. Just because, like, I don't know, if it's a company that I've not heard of before, I always think probably a little bit too much. Like, could it be like a scam thing and they want to know where I live, and I just really don't want anyone to know where I live. I think that's probably the safest way to be. Obviously if it's like a PR company I've worked with a million times, I send them my address, but you know when you get like, oh hi, greetings from America, we want to send you a mascara, and you're like, I think it's just because I still find it really weird that people want to send me stuff, but it just doesn't feel right. So to me, that someone would want to send me something, so therefore I'm always a little bit curious of it, and that's what made me get a PO box. It's very handy. Also, it means I can put the PO box address on my website, and again, the whole world doesn't have to know where I live. So I'm going to go in with my Ciate Watermelon Breast Setting Spray. Now, you'll say, why does she do that at this stage? Well, my friends, the reason is, firstly, I just want quite a lot of foundation, and I want to make that look as like unfoundationally and dewy as possible. Secondly, I can't do any setting spray over my top of my makeup when it's all done, because I curl my eyelashes, and if water gets on them, they will drop. So I just do it first, and I just hope that that will kind of help me a little bit. Powder. I'm going to use my NARS pressed powder in Mountain. Now, this is too dark for my skin, but it was a gift, and no gift should go unused. So let me just grab, oh, well, this is a lovely view for you. What a lovely view. So gosh, how do people talk on these things? So I'm going to use it up because it's kind of passable. I just wouldn't want any of you guys to think that it's that I think I look okay. I'm just going to put on some of my new Muse lip balm, lip care. What's it called? Muse, just lip care. It's kind of like a gloss as well, but I'm just going to put that on while I'm getting ready because it's nice and moisturising. Right, so let's go in and powder down everything. Now, obviously, I've just sprayed my face to make it look dewy. So I want to keep that there, but I am going to powder my eyelids. They haven't really got any foundation on, so they shouldn't be too creasy. I kind of avoided that area. I always avoid putting eyeshadow on my foundation on my eyelids. Although they could probably need it because they are quite veily, but I thought, I always think I need that foundation. If you put too much on your lids, it will really, that oiliness will really crease. So yeah, I'm just setting that under my eyes. Now, I haven't put on concealer yet because that foundation was it's a very full coverage, and I just felt like I didn't really need it. I might come back and put some more on later, but that's not the end of the world. Let's get some bronzing done. Mine isn't a bronzer, mine is Sensai Silky Bronze Natural Veil Compact, so it's actually a pressed powder, just like the NARS I use, but by Sensai. But again, they sent me some colours, and this one was really dark, and it was kind of like a colour I don't even really use at work that much, just because it's quite a red dark. It's just sort of that mid-tone that I just don't use that much, so I didn't put it in my kit. I actually saved it as a bronzer for me. I'm going to get this all over these flowers now, aren't I? And I just want to put a little bit up into my hairline as well, because just to shorten, because I've got all my hair back, I've got quite a big forehead. By putting that little bit of shading across the top there, I feel like it helps make my little forehead look a little bit smaller. Just a little bit. I haven't taken my medication today. I take so many tablets in a day, it's actually quite worrying. Okay, let's get on with some blush now. My Queen Victoria Beckham Beauty. This colour is Mini Skirt, and oh, you can just go to town, my friends. I take my blusher, not so much of a round in my cheek, I sort of take it up in an angle because I always want my face to look slimmer, don't we all? And also because I want to lift a little bit, so I don't want to concentrate your eyes to be in the middle here, I want to lift up. So let's get that buffed in. The brush I'm using to buff in with is my Dream Cream Product brush. It's a very stiff, this isn't floppy, that's stiff. You can see me pushing in compared to my contour and powder brush, which I use the same thing. You see how fluffy and soft that is? This is stiff, which means with a cream product, which does take a little bit of moving, I mean, you could use your fingers. I just hate getting my fingers dirty and then touching my clothes or, you know, whatever I'm wearing. Love how I've got my white wedding top on while I'm doing my makeup. I mean, absolute rookie error. Let's get a little bit more blush. But I thought, just for your sakes, you wouldn't want to see me naked. Nobody does. It's pretty painful. I love that we're doing a real-time video together. I also love that I've managed to have taken 10 minutes already just to do that. I'm sure I'm slower when I'm talking to you guys. Am I going to have to stand up again and get a brush? Yes, I am. Okay. Right, let's get on some eyes. Should I do my brows first? No, let's do the eyes first. My Ciate. This isn't not anything to do with this brand. I just happen to really like a lot of their products. Ciate Spice Palette. What a beauty. But keeping it super duper light today, I think. I just feel like I've got a ton of jewellery on. I'm going in with this lovely sort of very nude, neutral mid-tone eyeshadow all over my eye. Yeah, I feel like I've got a lot of jewellery on, and maybe I just don't need to put on tons of makeup as well. As much as I love it, as much as I love a smoky eye. Also just think for a wedding, I'm wearing white, I just want it to look quite fresh. So that's just that one colour over the lids. Do I put a little bit in the socket? Oh, my mouth is so sore from my TMJ. I'm going to put a bit of this mid-tone, this kind of, what do you want to call that? Is it a tan? A tanny peachy colour? I'm just going to put that through my sockets a little bit. Can you see how that's instantly tricking the eye into thinking I've got nice deep sockets and absolutely no puffiness or overhang? What a great trick that is. There's a little highlighter here in this corner. Can you see this lovely champagne highlighter? That's going on the inner eye there with my finger. Any shimmers I always put on with the pad of my finger. It just grips the shimmer so much more. Looks, and it sort of fluff it around like a brush would do. You know what? I'm going to take a little bit of that shimmer just above my iris and pupil. See, it just makes that little area pop out that much more. Oh, must have had quite a lot on my finger because that's gone all over my lid. Do we hate that? I don't love shimmer all over the lid. I feel like it looks a little bit like cheap, to be honest. It reminds me of like school. That might just be a hang up from where I grew up. That's all I'm going to do on my lids. I look really strange until I curl my eyelashes. Let's curl those. So, I haven't had a lot of work recently, and I always curl my eyelash. These are Tweezerman eyelash curlers, and I always curl them with a flame. Don't come at me in the comments. If you had as straight as hair as I do, then you would do the same. Definitely don't recommend you do the same. Yes, so it was a really quiet August. In fact, it's just been a really quiet year in the makeup, TV makeup world, and corporates and everything that I work on. I think budgets are gone. I think cost of living is really affecting TV houses and production companies. And there's also a strike on in the film and television industry. Although it doesn't affect me directly because I never work in film or drama or like scripted programming. I only work in live entertainment and light entertainment. It does mean that my friends who do work in those jobs would have work to give away because they'd be on a job, and they obviously haven't got work to give away because they're not on a job. So I'm not picking up their sort of leftovers on like shows like The One Show, or which is also closed down in August, or like News Shifts, or Lorraine, or you know, just like daily, like Jeremy Vine shows, like just daily British pre-TV programs. I say British because I'm hoping this is gonna this YouTube will go around the world. Everyone's gonna watch it. I'm gonna be huge. It's gonna be amazing. Probably not. But back to what I was saying. This, by the way, is my Stila Stay All Day double-ended brow pen. It's got this lovely fine point. Can you see that? And you can just draw in individual strokes where you want them. So, but I'm using my magnifying mirror. So good for doing brows. What was I saying? So work's been quiet. So a 4-day job came up in Amsterdam for a private client. So I thought, oh well, you know what? I'll do that. It's £400 a day, which is obviously a lot of money and really good money. But the hours will be insane. They'll be like 6 AM till 10, 11 PM. although there probably will be a break in the middle, so it's not like you're physically working all those hours, so that makes it absolutely fine. But you probably are I'm probably gonna be running errands in those hours, so you're not like off either. You're like on call. It's hard to explain. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, I think I've gone a bit low there, haven't I? Got a bit low. Oh, she's gone a bit low. I'm not paying attention because I'm trying to... That's what I really struggle with on YouTube, is how to talk to you guys and how to do this at the same time. You might be at home saying, just don't talk, it'd make it more pleasant for all of us. I should probably put some music over the top. What was I saying? So, yeah, but the client needs makeup from first thing tomorrow morning, and obviously I can't travel today because I'm at a wedding and so I couldn't physically, and even at the end of the day there isn't the flights that would get me in time, and it would be an extra night to pay for in the hotel, which I would probably have to cover. So, I don't know, so I just thought I'll go tomorrow morning and just get there as early as I can, which the client is happy with, and it saved money for her / me in paying me a travel day today and another overnight in a hotel. But it does mean I won't arrive there don't land until I think it's 8:30, and then obviously got to get to her hotel from the airport. But it does mean that I'm going to have to be up at 2 AM because I have to leave for the airport at 3 AM. So you can imagine how that's going to feel after being at a wedding today. I'm incredibly nervous about it. I've already been really tired this week because of Liverpool and Wiltshire filming, and I'm just very scared of how bad my head's going to feel, you know, at 2 AM tomorrow, and then of course going on to work whatever it'll be, I guess like an 18-hour day afterwards, and then just no sleep for the next few days. So I am very grateful for the work. I'm very, very, very glad to be going, but I don't think you really saw much of that because I was doing it all in a mirror, sorry, and I was talking. But yeah, I just get very anxious about how bad my head pain will feel when I'm really tired, so there you go. I use my Swede mascara. It's really good. It's definitely not, well, this is my eyelashes, so you can sort of make your own judgment any way you think, but I wouldn't say it's like a very thick mascara, like a gloopy, thick, fluttery mascara, because I can't use that on my eyelashes. Obviously you just see me curl them, and if I put a heavy one on that's wet it will just drop down. So this is like very nice and fine, and I can like really individually lift up my lashes, and then I can put another coat on if I want. So that's why it's so perfect for me. I was going to do eyeliner, but looking at myself now I think I'm going to have to do a little tiny flick in the outer corner, just for where my sort of last lash is. I'm just going to emulate another little lash coming out there. And then I'm going to take that behind my lashes and onto my lid a little bit. It's just a little bit tricky because I've got my eyelashes curled already. Ideally you would do this before. The crazy thing is I'm actually really, really, really good at doing eyeliner. You just will never see that because I need to look closely in a mirror for it, and I need to have my eyelashes not curled to do it really well. So those two things mean you end up not seeing a very good eyeliner application, and you probably really question my makeup abilities, which would be absolutely fair. Okay, let's smudge that a little bit. I'm just going to use an angle brush and some brown. Do you know what, let's put this away because I think that's probably really distracting for you. I can do it in the mirror. Some brown eyeshadow just to soften that little bit of flick. Also a fantastic way of covering up any mistakes. The angle brush is perfect, it's nice and stiff, and it already is kind of the shape of what you want, so it kind of does the job for you. I just do like a little dotting motion along my lash line. I can also, if I need, if I feel like I'm pushing my lashes down by doing this, I can just go over them with a curler again. That is obviously very much not recommended for anyone to do, but it sometimes needs must, you know, it's a way. glow on my cheeks. Not a highlighter fan, you may or may not know that about me already if you've watched any of my Instagram or other videos. But I do love a real glow on my cheeks. I like a lovely amount of vibrance and shine. Sometimes I'll use a shimmer. Most of the time I'll just use a balm or maybe like a little bit of lip gloss. But at the moment, again, I don't even mean to be using so much of this brand, but it's just brilliant. Ciate, never pronounce it right. I've got this lovely dewy blush, so it's a blusher but it's like in a little balmy gel. But when I say it's a blusher, there's so little colour there that it's like absolutely nothing to be afraid of. But I use it as a highlighter, just along the top like that. Such a perfect way to get a great highlight. You see how much bounce there is on my cheek there. Should do my Victoria Beckham face. No, that's Katie, isn't it? Katie Price. Oh God, just love that. I just love myself so much. Not true. Okay. In fact, I'm gonna, so this is a little palette that I make and I'm gonna take it with me to the wedding today. I have an empty concealer palette by Ariane Paul, and it had these lovely trays that are very easy to get out, so I melted two tones of concealer, so I had a bit of a contour, or just, you know, basically I can mix to fit any colour of skin if I was tanned or not. And then I put melted a cream blush into here. I'm just going to pop, I'm not going to melt it in because I haven't got time, I am going to just shove a bit of this into here, so I've got it for the day. Just pushing it down, if you can see that. Not too close. So I've just pushed some into there, which has left this kind of mess, which is really bad. Really what you do is slice off a bit, put it on a teaspoon, put light underneath it, and then it'll melt and pour it off the teaspoon. But I'm putting that in there, and on top I'm going to squeeze a little bit of my dewy blush straight into this. Oh, I think you're going dark because you're either really hot or squeeze a bit in there. So that's going to come with me to the wedding. You're either about to die battery wise or you're really hot. So let's get some lip on and then we can call it a day. What I'm going to do off camera is probably put some false eyelashes on. Almost definitely put more mascara on. And what else? Get mascara on my eyelid. That wasn't part of what I was going to do. It's because I'm rushing now, not paying attention. Can you see how I use the little tip of the mascara one just on the inner eye? It really helps to get into that inner eye. Okay. Right, let's get some lips on. I don't actually know what I'm going to wear for today, but I think it's going to be light or corally. This is a Laura Mercier Baby Doll lip gloss. That's pretty. Like a tiny bit of coral, do we like that? Will that do? I think that'll do for now. Let's see how we go on later. So that's my little wedding day makeup look, complete with mascara on my lid, little tiny spot there. I might also gel my eyebrows a little bit, but there you go. Can you tell I'm trying to get the cover photo out of this? Thanks for watching. See you soon. Please subscribe or just get notifications or whatever you're meant to press down below to help me boost this up. Obviously I do daily tutorials or videos on Instagram. That's much more common to see me over there instead of these rambling rants. Bye.